What's up, Taiwan? I'm Jaime Ocon with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The death toll from Monday's earthquakes in Turkey and Syria has now surpassed 15,000. Rescuers from around the world are in the two countries working to find survivors. Eric Gao reports.
This family was rescued from rubble in Adıyaman province in Turkey late on Wednesday. They were saved days after a massive 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck the country 2 days before. But they may be some of the lucky ones. The critical 72-hour period for finding survivors after a disaster is ending. Turkey has confirmed that 5,000 buildings collapsed in the quake, but reports say the real figure could be more than double that. It's feared that thousands of people could still be trapped. To help with rescue efforts, teams from dozens of countries around the world have arrived in Turkey. This includes search and rescue specialists from Taiwan. 130 Taiwanese rescued personnel and several rescued dogs flew to Turkey on Monday and Tuesday. The team set up a command center after reaching the affected area. They've already helped save at least one person. Aside from sending specialists, Taiwan's government has donated $2 million to Turkey. It also set up special bank accounts to collect contributions from the public. These have accumulated over $300,000 in donations as of Wednesday evening. Turkey's representative to Taiwan expressed his gratitude for the support.
This lunchtime, we have received just over 2,800 messages and the phone calls. I am surprised and really grateful for the Taiwanese people for their goodwill and the kindness.
The Turkish office has teamed up with the local Tsai Buddhist charity to collect donations of supplies. They're taking winter clothing and survival goods for victims of the quakes, anything that could help ease the suffering of the Turkish people. Rick Yi and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
The destruction in Turkey and Syria has also raised concerns about earthquake-prone Taiwan. Almost 100,000 buildings in the capital city Taipei are structurally unsound, according to government statistics. Many are now asking whether the process of renovating old buildings is too complex. Sally Jensen reports.
There are almost 230,000 buildings in Taipei City, and around 90% of these are over 30 years old. That percentage is increasing. The city's government says that 98,000 of these older buildings are unstable.
If a large earthquake were to strike Taipei, Taiwan's Interior Ministry says about 4,000 buildings could collapse. This could affect a large portion of the city's population. The prospect has many locals worried.
住了40多年了，地板有一点裂了，对不对？如果在大地震的话，一定会垮掉了，当然是会怕。
Taiwan is no stranger to destructive earthquakes, and the country's buildings have taken a beating in the past. 50,000 toppled in the Gigi earthquake of 1999. That quake killed 2,400 people. Reconstruction of Taipei's buildings has been slow. One reason is that this kind of work needs the approval of all the owners of property in a building. That's kept many buildings from getting the necessary repairs.
当然，我家的更多、更老哈。我家已经60年了，可是我们那里已经说了3、4次，只有2位，40几户只有2户不要就不行了。
The Building Administration Office says it's trying to speed up the process of renovating structurally unsound buildings.
老旧建筑大概普遍耐震能力都不足了。那对于这个30年以上这种老旧房屋，其实我们是鼓励市民先行做一个耐震能力的评估。
Some advocates say these assessments should be mandatory for old buildings.
台湾其实不光台北市应该要来做一个强制性的全面的建筑的普查，不是所有的方案都是要透过重建解决，是有些方式只是透过你的整建维护或是结构补强的方式。
Authorities say construction has been slowed by labor shortages and the changing cost of raw materials. Taipei's new mayor Jiang Wan'an promised during his campaign to lower the bar for approving renovations.
But with strong earthquakes likely at any moment, many people's lives and homes are at risk until reconstruction work can get off the ground. Damon Lin and Sally Jensen for TaiwanPlus.
Ukraine's president has met with the leaders of France and Germany in Paris. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said the two European nations could be, quote, game changers in his country's fight against Russia. He called on them to provide Ukraine with more modern planes and long-range weapons. This is only the second time that Zelenskyy has left the country since Russia invaded nearly a year ago. The Ukrainian leader first traveled to London and he met with British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who pledged training for Ukrainian pilots on advanced fighter jets.
Зараз у нас у всіх, і ми це як ніхто відчуваємо в Україні, бо у нас війна, у нас у всіх дуже мало часу. І це, до речі, не про сьогодні я говорю, це про тижні і місяці, які у нас попереду, а отже, це про зброю, яка потрібна для миру. Тому що треба зупинити війну, яку розв'язала Росія.
One of the chief architects of the war in Iraq has been given a presidential honor for his contribution to U.S.-Taiwan relations. Paul Wolfowitz was awarded the Order of Brilliant Star with Grand Cordon by President Tsai on Wednesday. The former World Bank leader headed the U.S.-Taiwan Business Council from 2008 to 2018. He says preserving freedom in Taiwan is of historical importance.
At the end of the day, Taiwan's strength and survival depend on a prosperous economy and not just a resilient people. You have both now, and we are here to try to help you continue that.
North Korea has held a massive military parade to show off what state media says is the largest ever number of missiles. The event celebrated the 75th anniversary of the country's army. Dozens of weapons were on display, including what some analysts say is a new type of solid-fuel intercontinental ballistic missile. North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, took part in the celebration and was accompanied by a girl believed to be his daughter. She made her first public appearance last year during a ballistic missile test. For more on the significance of the parade, I spoke to Edward Howell, professor of politics and international security at Oxford University.
Why is this day important for North Korea and what is it celebrating?
So North Korea is celebrating the founding of the Korean People's Army, the main army of the North Korean state. Okay, and today marks 75 years since the founding of the KPA in 1948, and we know that 1948 historically was the year in which the two Koreas were established as separate states. It's particularly important given the importance of the military historically, but also in the present day, to North Korea's calculations.
Usually in this parade, we see a variety of North Korean weapons and intercontinental ballistic missiles are on display. What is North Korea trying to say, showcasing these weapons? Is it showing off, or is there something more?
The message that North Korea is trying to show, and the message that North Korea will be trying to show this year, is that nuclear and missile capabilities are no longer a mere ambition for the regime, they are reality. And we've seen in North Korean statements from the leadership that the possibility of deploying tactical nuclear weapons as well, for instance, is not just the realm of conjecture, it's a very real possibility.
Images were released of what is believed to be Kim Jong-un's daughter, and experts say that this is sending a signal in terms of who might be next in line to lead North Korea. What are your thoughts on this?
There are obvious questions regarding a female leader of North Korea, given the nature of North Korean society, particularly in terms of the patriarchal nature of North Korean society. But the message, I think, one message we can take both from Kim Joo-ae, so Kim's daughter, her presence at the banquet and her presence at the last ICBM launch, is that a nuclear North Korea in the status quo form, led by the Kim regime, this is the infamous Baekdu bloodline, is here to stay.
That was Edward Howell, professor of politics and international security at Oxford University. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with the images of flamingos and pelicans in South Albania. I'm Jaime Ocon. Take care and see you next time.